What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to another road trip. Finally, I say another road trip. Welcome to a road trip. You know what I mean? It feels like absolutely forever since we last played. That game like Norwich feels like forever ago, man, before Christmas. I hope you've all had a good day as well. Last couple of days, Boxing Day and Christmas. Mine was a little bit different, but, you know, it is what it is. But it was nice to be off for Boxing Day. Do you know what I mean? The last time Man United haven't played on a Boxing Day, I can't remember. So that was nice. But before we get into previewing the game and looking at the team news and stuff like that, there were some interesting comments coming out last night, and it's on Anthony Martial. He wants out. We kind of knew that already when Ralph kind of spoke about it / didn't speak about it. But what we do have to say is that he has confirmed that he's now spoken to Martial and said he wants out. You know, he was very, Ralph Rangnick was very buoyant by saying, I don't speak to agents, I don't speak to the media. If he doesn't want to be here, he needs to come and speak to me. So really, in terms of how seamless this is, because if this was under Ollie, this would be, Tony's been a really big part of what we've been doing. Anto's been really good for us. We value Anto. We've done this, he's done that. He's a big member. It would be all that. Ralph's just said, well, he said he wants to leave. Tell him come find me. 1 week later, he's come found him. He's gone, yeah, he's come found me. He wants to leave. I don't mind that. It's almost like Ralph, because he's here for a good time, not a long time, as the saying goes. He don't care. He literally doesn't care. He's just like, well, you know what? If you don't want to be here, mate, bye. But we've all kind of had our say once we knew this was a thing. And my viewpoint hasn't changed. Yeah, we knew Martial was probably going to leave and wanted to leave, and I still stand by the same. Yeah, there's been Martial FC. We've backed him to the cows come home. But I'm not in the camp of some fans who are like, but what if he leaves and goes somewhere else and does this and does that? I think if Martial leaves, this isn't being disrespectful, I think if Martial leaves, I think he'll be exactly the same as he was for us. Even if he's the main guy somewhere, I think he'll have patches of good form, might even have a really good season. And I think that won't be backed up by a succession of good seasons at the top level. Like I said, when me and KG were talking about the pros and cons of selling Martial, what the buying club's going to get. Well, the buying club, the cons, they're entitled to say, well, he wants to leave, so you got a player who's unhappy, so that knocks the price down. But in terms of his ability, they're getting a player who's not a dead cert bagsman. He's not a dead cert going to get you 2025. When the chips are down, when the team's not playing very well, Martial's not a player who's going to ignite your team as a talisman. But if you feed him, if you get good players around him and you get him confident and you put an arm around him, you can get a tune out of him. So look, I know that we heard about he wants to go Sevilla and stuff like that. What are they, second in the Liga, doing quite well, I believe. And look, I respect Martial, and I've had a lot of time for him, a lot of patience and a lot of time. I want him to go somewhere where he's going to play. I want him to go somewhere where he's going to be happy. So I don't mind any of that at all. But I just feel like, yeah, even Martial, the quote from Rangnick saying that he said he's been here for 6 years. He feels like it's a bit stale now, and it's something that he wants a new challenge. Maybe a new challenge would be good for him. Yeah, 6 years is a long time at a club, and Martial's still young. 6 years is a big chunk of his career. It's the most he spent obviously anywhere, because he came straight in from Monaco. And no problem. I don't think, we've seen players come and go from the football club before. It's a shame, because there is sometimes that bit of what if of like, imagine he was more consistent. Imagine this, imagine that. But we've got a lot of players in our team that we do that with. I love Paul Pogba as well, but Pogba's kind of another one as well. On his day or this, or on his day that. There needs to be too many cogs of the wheels to get these guys being consistent. And if we're trying to build something, it's as simple as the players just have to want to be there. On the negative side, what we will be missing out on, it would have been nice to see him under Ralph Rangnick, maybe up front with Ronaldo, a different form, different formation, different manager, different methods, different principles. But at the end of the day, you're not going to get everything you want. If Martial leaves, it frees off a spot in the summer. I dare say they might even try and replace him in January, but I don't know who they'll probably try and get, because you're not going to be able to go and get a Haaland or anything like that in January. But the key is that he wants to go. I don't think they want to let forwards go. There's a lot of games, and now we've got a backlog of games and COVID, etc., etc. Players are going to be out. Cavani's a bit of a sick note as well, even though he's back in the squad. So you probably want as many forwards as possible. You don't want that over reliance on Ronaldo. If you do want to give him a little bit of a rest here and there, but if he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't want to be here. So I wish him all the best. I really do. I've got a lot of time for Martial. I've enjoyed having him. But if/when he goes, my blessing, and I'll look back at his time saying he gave us some great moments, great moments. And what he did was, even though in the 2 good seasons he had, especially the last one that he had when it was behind closed doors, he was not behind closed doors. The first season when Alexis left and when Lukaku left, and he got the 9 shirt back. That season there was probably his best season for me, better than the first season he had with Van Gaal. He looked like he could really turn into something. So he'll leave us with the what ifs, but he'll leave us with good memories. And obviously the Tony Martial song. Not a lot of players come to Man United and get a song. You have to be endeared to the fans, and obviously with how we started against Liverpool in that first game, coming off the bench, he endeared himself to us straight away, and we've always got a soft spot for him. But I don't believe in letting that soft spot get into like, oh, just keep him, I just think he's going to be this, I think he's. I just look with my own eyes. I see, sometimes the intensity in his runs, the consistency levels of his game. Yes, he can look after the ball. Yes, he's got a nice touch. His conversion rate's pretty good. But I look at it overall, I think it's just tight. It's just better for both parties. Do you know what I mean? How long do we persist with trying to get the best out of him? It's been 6 years. And I know a lot of players haven't been good in that time, but this is football. We've got to keep it moving. Don't want to be here, don't want to be here. So I wish him all the best, and let's see what type of money we can get for him. I'll be interested to see what we do get. I remember when KG was talking his rubbish, saying we'll get 70 million for Martial. I don't know what planet he's on. Especially now he's come out and said he wants to leave. He definitely ain't getting anywhere. We didn't get anywhere near that anyway. So I think we'll probably get between 40 and we paid 50 for him, didn't we? Between 40 and 45. Sorry, between 40 and 55, I think. I know I've given quite a big range, but it's a bit difficult to judge. I think no less than 40 or 37, something stupid like that. That's my. You think 35? 35?
Yeah. He hasn't even really been playing.
He hasn't been playing. 35 million.
And he wants to go. That's like
35 million. Bought him for 50. 6 years of development, and he's selling him for 35, and he's still mid-20s. Jesus. That just, now you say that just shows you though, it's been shit. Overall, we've had the guy for 6 years and had 2 good seasons. That's shit. Yeah. And he spent 35 or 37 million, rising to the 50 with appearances, so 50 million down. Maybe it was 50 million down the drain. Maybe
just 15 million down the drain.
Well, yeah,
because 35.
But no, do you know what it is? But because I got the soft spot for Martial, I've been there with all the games. I do like him. I like him as a player. I don't like when people get onto him and say he's moody. That's just his personality. But in terms of his intensity and his consistency, the facts are there, innit? You don't get a lot of consistency. 6 seasons and you had 2 good ones. It speaks for itself. It doesn't matter whether you like him or you don't like him. You could just go off that, and you bought him for 50 million. So, and the fact we're talking about 35 to 40 million, we're making a loss on a player who was one of the youngest, brightest prospects in Europe when we got him. So that's not great. If Martial's leaving Man United for any reason, and he's hit the heights, he should be an 80 million pound player, isn't it? If he's what we say what he is. But now we're like, yeah, severe settings, 35 mil, 40, yeah, maybe, whatever. Loan to the end of the season, might go somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It isn't like Barcelona, right, boom, we'll rebuild around you. Here's 70 million. It's not that. So, anyway, I wish him the best. But onto the game, man. Let's touch on it. Look, I ain't doing score predictions because I always mess them up. This is a tough game. Look, especially because we're trying to find our feet with Ralph Rangnick, and if we play how we played against Norwich, which I don't think we will, but if we do, it's gonna be a difficult afternoon. I feel like with Newcastle, when you watch them, yes, they are horrendous, and yes, they make mistakes, but I think they can weather storms sometimes and try and stay in the game, just with being organised, packing out the midfield. They've got Joe Linton in the midfield, for God's sake. That's what they're doing at the moment. But I look at City. Look, there was a period at that game where they were just kind of hanging in there, just making it difficult. Almiron on one side, Fraser on the other. So Maximin was on the bench that one, I think. Or so Maximin was up front, I think, or Wilson was, one of the two. Well, they both weren't playing. So Maximin started against Liverpool and the other way around. But they hung on for a little bit, and then they made a stupid mistake, and then City opened it up. I think because we don't pepper teams like City do, I think if the game goes in a way where they're just containing, they can contain us longer than they can contain City. So if we're just being passive and not making runs in behind, not forcing them into errors, not pressing high up the pitch because we've got the ball and playing a high line and keeping them camped in. If we don't do them things, I think Newcastle could have a lot of patches of the game that are quite comfortable for them, i.e. 0-0. And then they've got runners. If he goes with St. Maximum and Wilson back in there, if Almiron plays and Fraser plays, you know, maybe that's too much runners. That would have to go 4-4-2 for that. I don't think he'll go that open anyhow. But if he's got quite a few of them runners in there, they can cause us trouble. So look, we're still trying to work out a new formation. If their wide players are getting a lot of space, it's up to Bruno and Sancho, who I think will probably be starting them 2-10 positions again. They've got to get out quick, and we're still learning that. So I do think it's going to be a tough game. I don't think we'll walk all over them and be like the other teams, because it's typical Man United. Look at what Arsenal done to Norwich. Beat them up easy, 5-0, calm. Look at what Aston Villa done to Norwich the other day. Was it 2-0, calm, easy? Do you know what I mean? But when we played against Norwich, I wasn't great. Do you know what I mean? So look. The good thing is that we've had longer under Ralph Rangnick to get these principles across, and we've got a fully fit squad. Does Edison Cavani start? It's his first game back. Does Varane come straight back in? And if he does, who's it at the expense of? It'll probably be Lindelof. But actually, Lindelof's our best defender right now, and Varane is my guy. Varane is my guy, yeah. But I'd almost go as far as saying like Lindelof don't deserve to be dropped, even for Varane coming back from injury. Away at Newcastle. Intense atmosphere, you know what I mean? Players running around like madmen on the break. If he's going to start Varane, and that's my guy, I don't even want it to be instead of Lindelof. It needs to be Maguire for me. But I can't see that happen. He's not going to drop the captain. So I just think Varane will be on the bench. I'll be surprised or disappointed if he drops him for Lindelof. Lindelof has been very, very good. But we'll see. I feel like Ralph won't drop, like I said, he won't drop Harry Maguire. But I do think, because the team's got a couple of clean sheets in the last games, I think he'll probably wait till a game at home or something to put Varane in there. Maybe not against a struggling Newcastle side that packed out Geordie. So I think he'll go with that same team. I think Wan-Bissaka stays on the bench for Dalot. Actually, Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw will come in for Tellers. Midfield 2 will be McTominay and Fred again, 100%. And then, like I said, up front, Ronaldo and probably Rashford. Rashford's going to be key. He's been playing absolutely horrendously, to the point where I'd go with Mason Greenwood. I would, because of the form that Rashford's in. He's been so poor. But I still think Rangnick will want to play him into form and keep going with it. And at the end of the day, if he looks at it from a team building perspective, the team's got 2 clean sheets and won his first 2 games. So yeah, I'm going for a Man United win. But I ain't going to tell you what the score is because I mess it up. I'm just going to predict it's going to be a difficult game. Anyway, guys, smash a like on the video. And remember, the competition is still open, all right? The competition to win the goodies is still open. It's in the video a couple down from this. Check it out. United View Christmas giveaway. All you have to do is leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and like the video. That's all you need to do. And we will be announcing the winner probably for New Year's, Josh. We say New Year's? Yeah, so there's still time. There's a lot of entries. And you can get your chance to win either an appearance on the Flexing KG show, unsigned Ronaldo Champions League top, and a box of goodies of Man United training wear with a range of sizes for you and the family. So yeah, peace. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you after the game with the families. Peace.